Hello and welcome to Catch More Media. In tonight's show, we travel to the prolific Heronbrook Fisheries near Stoke-on-Trent to catch up with two up-and-coming young anglers, Kieran Charnock and Matt Hale, who've been putting in some impressive performances on their local commercial circuit. Meanwhile, we take some time out to catch up with fishery owner Neil Dale about his journey as owner of one of the UK's most popular fisheries. But first, it was time for a chat with Paul Kay, who is captain of the Mosella Northwest team.
So the Mosella team, basically it was formed about 3 or 4 years ago. It came from a canal side, and over the last couple of years it's developed into commercial side. I took over the team about 2 years ago with the support of Vic Bush. We've taken the team from what was around 8 or 9 members up to what's circa 20 members now. Fortunately, 2 of them members are our young anglers that we've got here today, which is Matt Hale and Kieran Charnock. Both the guys are very young guys. Kieran's 16, Matt's 17, and they really are a credit to the team. So Matt Hale, Matt's from Eccleston near Preston. Matt's probably been fishing 2 or 3 years. And I first met Matt probably about 18 months ago, and straight away it was very obvious that Matt had a natural talent and a natural gift, along with him being an amazing guy really. As well as being a good angler, he's got a great personality, and he's very considerate and respectful as well, and he fits in the team fantastic. We've got quite a spectrum of ages in the team, and Matt's at the younger end, and I'm really keen on Matt developing him with the team, but also being respectful of the sport and how lucky he is to be able to fish in the sport as well. So Kieran Charnock, Kieran's from Warrington. Again, I met Kieran at the Cunnery's Fishery, where he'd been fishing some opens and some of the leagues there. Kieran's just 16, which is extremely young, but again, late last year I recognised that we needed some youth in the team. We needed a bit of young spirit in the team, and Kieran fits well into the team. He's extremely respectful, always takes on board what the older angler says, but also he's got his own ideas, and obviously he can catch a few fish, as hopefully we're going to find out later today.
We left the lads to get fishing and headed off for a quick chat with the venue owner, Neil Dale.
I'm Neil Dale. I own Heronbrook Fisheries, which I started in June 1993 when I acquired the land. And the first pool, which then was called the specimen pool, took 12 months to actually excavate and fill up with water and do the pegs. And it's been a steady progression from then until now, where at the moment we've got 8 pools. Before I had the fishery, I had a fishing tackle shop for 11 years in Stone. And along with my good mate Billy Makin, I was delivering items to him for his mail order company when he showed me plans for Makin's Fishery, and I thought that's a good idea, and I thought I'd like to have one myself. But unfortunately it took me 4 years to acquire the land, because I believe you need 3 things. You need 1 is a farmer that's willing to sell the land, 2 water that's going to be easily accessible, and the third and most important thing is you want a site with no overhead cables. Now, when you're driving around looking for potential sites, you can find 1 or perhaps 2 out of 3. But to find all 3, it took me 4 years. Like I say, there's 8 lakes now. I consider Heronbrook to be a match venue rather than a specimen or mainly a day ticket venue. Having been on the match scene for a long number of years, I have a lot of friends and a lot of contacts who all supported me in the early days. The venue record, although it doesn't mean much, is £369 off the meadow pool, peg 10, and that was caught in winter. There's been 4 or 5 £300 plus weights, but every pool, all the 8 pools, are all capable of throwing weights up of £100. I don't judge the form of the fishery by what wins it. I judge it by what comes 20th. And years ago, if the 20th person who weighed in had £40, that was a really good match. However, times have moved on, and we're having matches now where the 20th bloke sometimes has £80. So what that does, it gives the anglers who don't win any money a good day's fishing, and they keep coming back. The meadow would be the most popular pool. Following on from that would be the canal. That's a 41 peg venue, generally 12 to 14 metres wide, and again the canal record is over £200, and £200 weights are commonplace in the summer months. Likewise with the bridge pool, that at the moment is a 37 peg pool, but I'm always meddling with the pools, and I'm going to reduce it from 37 down to 30 pegs, and the reason for that is I'm going to make the pegs 15 to 20 metres apart, like I've already done on the meadow and already done on the Match Lake, which was the specimen pool. It's been renamed the Match Lake. So the venue as a whole, at one time had well over 300 pegs, but we're reducing the peg numbers and increasing the gaps between the pegs, which the anglers appreciate. It's now a 210 peg venue. Heronbrook, I consider to be the home of match fishing. I called it that because as an ex-match angler, I prefer to have matches rather than day tickets or specimen anglers, which are all welcome, but it is a match venue. And to that end, I've been very lucky in having most of the big national competitions. It's a regular venue for Fishermania, regular venue for Match This, Maver Match This, also the Golden Reel, MAM matches, Angling Trust Disabled National, Angling Trust Ladies National, Angling Trust Juniors, Cubs, and many more. The Angling Time, as it used to be, the Angling Times semi-final, all been held here. Now I run the Angling Trust Winter League, which superseded the Angling Times Winter League. So any big match always seems to come here. Heronbrook is ideally situated because it's in the middle of the country and it's only 10 minutes from north or south exits of the M6, which makes it an ideal venue. The facilities on site include a 120-seater cafe, which has got a good reputation for nice breakfasts and good evening meals for those that want a corporate day. We do corporate days in the summer months where we have different companies who come and they have a nice breakfast, a day's fishing, we have a laugh, I weigh them all in and they come in and have a burger or pie and chips afterwards, and everyone has an enjoyable day. Other facilities on site include ample car parking and fully disabled toilets with alarms, wheelchair access, and every peg on Heronbrook is accessible by wheelchair, which is one of the things I'm most proud of. For those of you who might be interested in even more information or perhaps more videos or stills of the site, these can be found on the website at heronbrookfisheries.co.uk, and if you've got a week to spare, you can spend it looking through all the match results for the past 17 years, which are all listed, and it is good viewing.
After a nice coffee, it was time for a chat with our two young stars, and I was keen to find out what influences had turned them both into such cracking young anglers.
Hello, my name's Kieran. I'm from Warrington. I've been fishing about 8 years or so. About 18 months ago I started fishing more opens and stuff, and just speaking to other anglers, helping me out and stuff and progressing. And then Paul asked me to join the team. My biggest angling achievement is winning the Western Club Angler of the Year, where all the group of club anglers from all different clubs come and fish one match. There was 65 anglers, I think. Drew the clay pit, never fished before, and ended up winning. Well, today I started off dobbing to the far side in about 2 foot of water. I started catching a few and then plumbed up in 3 foot, tapping in pellets with an expander on the hook. I started getting a few and then it slowed up, so I've been feeding me track and I've gone down the track and caught a few on maggot. This is my second visit to Heronbrook. I come for a sneaky practice yesterday. It's brilliant fishery, full of fish. I'll definitely come back again. I met Matt about 8 months ago and I've seen some of his reports and stuff on Facebook, and then we started talking on Facebook and then started going to cunneries where he fishes, and then just progressed from there, just become stronger friends. To be fair, Matt is probably a better angler, but I'm a bit younger and still got a lot to learn and ready to smash him up.
My name's Matt Hale. I've been fishing for around 12 years. Biggest angling achievements, I think, joining the Mosella Dynamite team last year. Paul asked me to join. Couldn't refuse the offer, so that's a good achievement. Got framing places on partridge, section wins for the quality of angler on there. I think I was happy with that from only like a year worth of experience match fishing, and then charity match wins locally, cunneries, and framing places in local fisheries week in, week out last year, on cunneries mainly. Heronbrook Fisheries, it's first visit today. First thoughts of the fishery when arriving, good setup, good facilities on site, ponds look great, lakes, variety of lakes from method feeders, chucks to snake lakes. Nice simple fishing I've seen, pellets, maggots, and all round good fishery. Since I've been fishing, it's been mainly F1 based, so Andy Bennett, a big influence. Yeah, Andy Bennett, Steve Parry, all the top F1 anglers in the area. The biggest angling ambition is to qualify for a big match, so may even match this, Fisher Mania, Golden Reel, which has been introduced, also Part D Masters down at Whiteacres, things like that. So I've known Kieran for around 6 to 8 months, maybe to a year. We talk every day. Good mate. He's a good young angler for it. Experience he's had. His first year of match fishing. He's learned quite a lot of it himself. So yeah, can only improve and get better. So if it was down to a battle between me and Kieran, I think that I'd smash him up.
One company that Paul, Matt and Kieran were all keen to thank was Mosella, the team's sponsor. Paul took a bit of time out to run through a few products that he and the team really like.
So, Mosella sponsorship, as I said, I took over the team 2 years ago with the support of Vic Bush. We've really helped Vic develop the Mosella name in the Northwest. So we do promote the product through the Facebook page, and it's not just as advertising, it's because we truly believe in the product. One example is the trolley bag and the trolley bag system. All the team have got the trolley bag system. It's a great piece of kit. It really has changed the way I organise myself and the way that I access my kit. Instead of having smelly carry-alls, it's a piece of EVA luggage with all separate compartments for all your different bits and bobs, and it's just purely organised now rather than being scattered in a carry-all. But all the other piece of EVA luggage, the 4 keep net, 3 keep net, 2 keep net EVA keep net bags are excellent. The pole roller bag and all the other kit that we do in EVA, plus the other luggage as well, the compact 4s. Yeah, the compact range, right from the compact 2 right up to the compact 8. And it depends obviously what your style of fishing is and how much kit you carry with you, but certainly the compact range for all your rods and poles, etc. is perfect.